Welcome back to another exciting journey into the world of rare American coins. Today, we are shining the spotlight on top 4 of the most fascinating 5-cent pieces in U.S. history. First up, the 1961 D Jefferson Nickel. At first glance, this coin may look like just another nickel you'd spend at the store, but in reality, it holds a treasure of history, rarity, and incredible value. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. By the time 1961 arrived, America was entering a new era, standing tall during the Cold War and preparing for the space race. Coins struck during this period were more than just pocket change. They were small pieces of American pride, reflecting strength, progress, and tradition. The 1961 D nickel is one such example. Minted in Denver, the coin proudly bears the D mint mark on the reverse side, just to the right of Monticello. Denver struck millions of these nickels, but not every coin survived the decades in pristine condition. Some were lost, some heavily circulated, but the ones that remain in sharp, untouched quality have become prized possessions for collectors. The obverse design, featuring the profile of Thomas Jefferson, represents one of America's founding fathers and the 3rd President of the United States. His contributions to democracy, freedom, and the drafting of the Declaration of Independence make him a timeless figure. Holding a 1961 D nickel in your hand is like holding a reminder of Jefferson's legacy. On the reverse side, we see Monticello, Jefferson's famous home. This elegant design adds depth and beauty to the nickel. When struck sharply with full steps showing on Monticello's staircase, the coin becomes a masterpiece. Collectors highly value these full steps varieties, and when combined with the 1961 D year, they can command stunning prices. Now, you might be wondering, why is the 1961 D nickel so valuable today? The answer lies in rarity and condition. A typical circulated nickel from this year may not seem extraordinary, but a high-grade uncirculated example can sell for a fortune. The truth is, very few coins from 1961 D survived with the kind of sharp details and luster collectors crave. That's why this coin stands out in the numismatic world. Auction records show us just how high these coins can climb. A gem-quality 1961 D nickel with full steps has been known to bring in thousands of dollars. Imagine a 5-cent coin, something most people overlook, being sold for as much as $7,500 in the right condition. That's the magic of coin collecting, turning everyday change into extraordinary wealth. Think about it for a moment. A nickel that once bought a piece of candy in 1961 now has the power to buy a luxury vacation or a brand new laptop. That's the kind of leap in value we're talking about. It proves that history and rarity together can transform small coins into massive treasures. Collectors often say, "Condition is king," and this is especially true for the 1961 D Jefferson Nickel. If your coin has sharp strikes, beautiful luster, and most importantly, those all-important full steps on Monticello, you could be holding a jackpot in your collection. But it's not just about money. Owning a 1961 D nickel connects you to America's story. Every scratch, every shine, tells the journey of a coin that has lasted over 6 decades. It's a reminder that even the smallest things can carry immense meaning. For those lucky enough to find one in near-perfect condition, the rewards are both financial and emotional. These coins often cross the auction block with bidding wars that take them far above their estimated value. The passion collectors have for this piece cannot be underestimated. And the best part? These coins are still out there. Hidden in collections, tucked away in drawers, or resting quietly in jars of old change. That means you, too, could stumble upon one of these treasures at any time. The possibility of discovering a coin worth thousands is what keeps the adventure of coin collecting alive. Imagine showing your family and friends that you own a nickel from 1961 D that's valued at over $7,000. Their amazement would be priceless, and your pride in preserving a piece of history would be unmatched. So, if you have a Jefferson Nickel dated 1961 with a D mint mark, take a closer look. It could be the treasure you never knew you had. Keep it safe, have it evaluated, and remember, coins like this prove that small things often carry the biggest rewards. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1961 D Jefferson Nickel is more than just 5 cents. Its history, its beauty, and its wealth all wrapped into one. And who knows? The very next coin you examine could be worth a fortune, up to $7,500 or even more in the right market. Next up, the 1962 D Jefferson Nickel, a 5-cent piece that continues to amaze collectors with its history, its beauty, and above all, its surprising value. The Jefferson Nickel series has always been one of America's most collected coins, beginning back in 1938. By 1962, the design was already familiar to the American people, yet each coin struck in that year carried with it the story of a nation moving forward into a new era. And among those coins, the ones minted in Denver, proudly marked with the D Mintmark, are especially remarkable. This coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, designed by Felix Schrag. It's more than just an image. It represents one of the most important figures in American history, a man whose vision and leadership shaped the foundation of the nation. Holding this coin is like holding a tribute to freedom and democracy. On the reverse, we see the beautiful image of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. The architectural elegance of this design makes the Jefferson Nickel stand out from many other coins. Collectors know that when Monticello appears with full, sharp steps on the staircase, the coin takes on a level of rarity and value that few can match. The Denver Mint struck hundreds of millions of nickels in 1962, but as collectors know, it's not the quantity that matters, it's the condition and rarity of specific varieties. And that's where the 1962 D becomes truly exciting. While many were spent and worn down over the years, the few that remain in pristine, gem-quality condition are the ones that today bring incredible prices. Auction houses and private sales have revealed just how much collectors are willing to pay for the right 1962 D nickel. High-grade examples, especially those with the full steps designation, have been known to fetch thousands. Imagine a coin that once bought a small treat now being worth as much as $6,000 or even higher under the right circumstances. The demand for coins like the 1962 D nickel continues to grow because collectors are always searching for those elusive, top-quality pieces. Condition is everything. A flawless surface, sharp strike, and brilliant luster can transform this ordinary-seeming coin into an extraordinary treasure. But let us not only think about the present. What about the future? Could the 1962 D Jefferson Nickel rise even higher in value? The answer is yes. History has shown us that rare coins continue to appreciate as time goes on. With each passing decade, fewer high-grade examples remain available. This scarcity drives the price higher, making it an excellent coin to hold onto. Today, depending on its grade, a 1962 D nickel might sell anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s at maximum. But looking ahead, it's not unreasonable to believe that in the future, its value could climb to $8,000 or perhaps even $9,000 for the very finest examples. Collectors love this coin, and that passion ensures a strong future for its worth. Think about it. A nickel that cost 5 cents in 1962 has already multiplied its value thousands of times over. That alone is proof that patience and knowledge in coin collecting pay off in ways most people can't even imagine. Every coin tells a story, and the 1962 D Jefferson Nickel tells one of American history, craftsmanship, and timeless value. Its survival in high condition is rare, and rarity is what creates desire among collectors. That desire turns into competition, and competition drives prices sky high. When you hold a coin like this, you're not just holding a piece of metal. You're holding a slice of history that has weathered more than 60 years. You're holding a connection to the past, and at the same time, an investment in the future. Collectors often say that the joy of coin collecting is not just in owning rare coins but in the possibility of finding one. Imagine discovering a 1962 D nickel in your old coin jar or family collection, then realizing it could be worth thousands. That's the thrill that keeps collectors motivated. And it is not just a thrill, it's an opportunity. With coins like this, ordinary people can step into a world where knowledge turns into wealth. You don't need millions to start collecting, you just need curiosity and the drive to keep learning. For anyone who owns a 1962 D Jefferson Nickel, the advice is simple: treat it like treasure. Have it graded, preserve it carefully, and understand that its value is only likely to rise as time goes on. There are collectors right now searching for coins like this. And when they find one in stunning condition, they are willing to pay top dollar for it. That's why the 1962 D nickel isn't just a coin, it's a key to opportunity. So, as we look at its journey, from being struck at the Denver Mint in 1962 to becoming a prized collectible today, one thing is clear. The 1962 D Jefferson Nickel holds a special place in numismatic history, and its maximum value, already soaring into the thousands, could still climb even higher. Ladies and gentlemen, never underestimate the power of a small coin. The 1962 D Jefferson Nickel proves that even a 5-cent piece can hold the power of history, beauty, and wealth. If you have one, cherish it, because in the right condition, it could bring you as much as $6,000 today and possibly more in the years to come. And remember, the future of this coin is as bright as the shine on its surface. With every passing year, it becomes rarer, more desirable, and more valuable. That's the magic of coin collecting, and the 1962 D nickel is a shining example of it. Next up, the 1963 D Jefferson Nickel. This small 5-cent coin may look simple, but it carries a powerful story, a proud heritage, and a value that surprises collectors across the globe. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. For decades, it has carried the familiar face of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the stately Monticello on the reverse. By 1963, the United States Mint had already struck billions of Jefferson Nickels, yet every year's issue carries unique importance. And the coins minted in Denver in 1963, marked with the small D Mintmark, have grown into collector favorites. The 1963 D nickel came at a time when America was on the brink of great change. The early 1960s were full of optimism, technology advances, and global influence. Even small coins like this reflected the spirit of a strong and growing nation. Each piece struck at the Denver Mint was meant for circulation, but as time has passed, only a few examples have survived in pristine condition. On its obverse, Jefferson's portrait is sharp and dignified, a timeless reminder of his contributions as one of the founding fathers and the third president of the United States. On the reverse, Monticello stands proudly, a masterpiece of architectural detail. When the steps of Monticello are fully struck and visible, what collectors call full steps, the coin transforms from ordinary into extraordinary. The 1963 D Jefferson Nickel may have been made in large numbers, but collectors don't just chase numbers, they chase rarity, beauty, and quality. High-grade examples are rare, and that rarity has made this coin one of the most desirable nickels from the early 1960s. So how many people want to buy it? The answer is simple: thousands of collectors across the world. Every day, auctions and coin dealers see strong demand for the 1963 D nickel. Both seasoned numismatists and new collectors search for it, especially in uncirculated grades. Its popularity continues to rise, and with that, its value keeps climbing. Now let us talk about its current value. Depending on the condition, a 1963 D nickel can range from modest prices in average circulated form to several $1,000s in the finest mint state examples with full steps. Auction records have shown this coin selling for as much as $6,500 when graded perfectly. Imagine a coin once worth only 5 cents being worth that much today. And is its value really high or low? In the eyes of collectors, it is absolutely high. To see a coin increase in value tens of thousands of times beyond its face value is extraordinary. It proves the magic of numismatics, where small pieces of history become treasures worth thousands of dollars. When the coin was built in 1963, it was simply meant for circulation, for daily use in stores and shops. But time has transformed it. Coins that were once ordinary have become scarce in perfect condition, and that scarcity has elevated their worth. It was built as part of America's standard currency system, but today it is celebrated as a prized collectible. The market for the 1963 D Jefferson Nickel continues to grow because of its historical significance and its investment potential. Collectors know that as each year passes, fewer high-grade coins remain in circulation or available. That natural scarcity pushes demand higher, and with demand comes higher prices. Looking at the future, there is every reason to believe this coin can grow even more valuable. If today the maximum price can reach $6,500 in auctions, tomorrow it could rise to $7,000, $8,000, or even beyond as collector interest strengthens. This is what makes holding onto a coin like this so exciting. It is not just a piece of history but also a financial opportunity. The 1963 D nickel is also a coin that unites passion with profit. Collectors don't just buy it for money, they buy it for the story, the design, and the history. That emotional connection ensures that demand for this coin never fades. Think about the journey of this coin. It was struck in Denver, passed through the hands of Americans in the 1960s, and decades later, it finds itself in the spotlight of auctions and private collections. That transformation is breathtaking, showing how time and care can elevate something small into something priceless. For anyone who owns a 1963 D Jefferson Nickel, the message is clear: treat it like treasure. Protect it, grade it if possible, and keep it safe. Its present value is already astonishing, but its future value could be even brighter. Every collector dreams of finding that one special coin that changes everything. The 1963 D nickel has been that coin for many. Stories of people selling theirs for thousands at auction inspire others to look through their collections with fresh eyes. And remember, coins like this remind us of a simple truth: never overlook the small things. Even a 5-cent piece can hold the power of wealth, history, and pride. The Jefferson Nickel from 1963D is living proof of that. So, how valuable is it? At its best, it can sell for as much as $6,500 today, and the demand shows no signs of slowing down. Collectors around the world continue to chase this coin, ensuring its place as one of the most sought-after nickels of its time. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1963 D Jefferson Nickel is more than just money. It is a legacy of American history, a masterpiece of design, and a symbol of hidden wealth. And if you are lucky enough to own one, remember, you may just be holding a treasure worth thousands of dollars, with the potential to climb even higher in the years to come. Next up, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark. This coin is not just a piece of change, it is a piece of history, a collector's prize, and a treasure with the potential to be worth thousands of dollars. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag, and it quickly became a cornerstone of American coinage. The year 1964 was a turning point for the United States Mint. The country was facing a coin shortage, and production was ramped up dramatically. Millions upon millions of nickels were struck that year, and the Philadelphia Mint produced them without a mint mark, making these coins instantly recognizable. Now, while millions may sound like a large number, collectors are not interested in how many were minted overall. What truly matters is the condition of the coin, its rarity in high grades, and the story it tells. And when it comes to the 1964 nickel without a mint mark, the finest examples have sold for thousands of dollars in today's market. When you hold a 1964 nickel, you hold a connection to the past. Thomas Jefferson's dignified portrait on the obverse reminds us of one of America's greatest leaders, while the image of Monticello on the reverse symbolizes strength and stability. These designs are timeless, and when preserved in brilliant condition, they transform this 5-cent piece into a collector's dream. The history of this coin is also tied to America's changing times. The coin shortage of the 1960s led to high mintages and an increased focus on striking efficiency. But within this massive production, only a small percentage of coins survived with the sharpness, luster, and detail that collectors crave. That is why today, when such a coin is found in mint state condition, its value skyrockets. So, where can you buy one of these coins? The best sources are reputable coin dealers, certified auctions, and established online marketplaces where collectors gather. But be cautious, quality makes all the difference. If you want a 1964 nickel worth thousands, it must be certified, graded, and proven to be in the highest condition possible. And where can you sell it? The same places apply. Top auction houses, collector conventions, and online platforms dedicated to numismatics are the best venues. When collectors see a gem-quality 1964 nickel with no mint mark, they are willing to pay top dollar, and bidding wars often drive prices upward. Now comes the big question: how much is it really worth? The answer depends on its condition. Average circulated coins may be common, but uncirculated examples in pristine grades can reach as high as $6,000 to $7,500 in today's auctions. That is an extraordinary leap for a coin that began life as just 5 cents. Should you keep it? Absolutely. If you own a 1964 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark, you are holding something that will only grow in value with time. Collectors know that coins from this era in top condition are becoming scarcer by the year. Keeping it is not just holding money, it is holding history. Should it be sealed? Without question. The best way to preserve the maximum value of your coin is to have it graded and sealed by a professional coin grading service. Encapsulation protects it from damage, guarantees its authenticity, and proves its grade to potential buyers. Coins that are sealed often bring the highest possible prices. This is why the 1964 nickel without a mint mark is so special. It is not just the face value or the metal content. It is the story, the history, the rarity, and the passion collectors have for it. These coins inspire people to look deeper into their collections, searching for that one hidden gem that could be worth thousands. Think of the excitement of showing your friends or family that a coin minted in 1964, once used for candy or a newspaper, is now valued at over $6,000. That moment of surprise is priceless, and it shows just how powerful numismatics can be. The demand for this coin is global. Collectors in the United States, Europe, and beyond all seek high-grade Jefferson Nickels. This wide demand ensures that the value of the 1964 nickel without a mint mark will never fade away. Instead, it continues to climb year after year. It is also important to remember that value is not just about today, it is about tomorrow. The longer you keep a sealed, high-grade example, the more it will likely appreciate. Decades from now, the same coin could be worth $8,000 or even $9,000, making it an investment as well as a collectible. Every coin has a journey, and the 1964 nickel's journey is one of transformation. From being a coin struck during a shortage to becoming a jewel in numismatic collections, it has proven itself as one of the great treasures of mid-20th century American coinage. And perhaps the greatest motivation of all is knowing that coins like this are still out there. They may be sitting in old jars, tucked away in boxes, or passed down in family collections. The possibility of finding one keeps collectors excited and inspires newcomers to begin their own journeys. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark is far more than just a coin. It is history in your hand, a reminder of America's past, and a treasure with the power to deliver thousands of dollars in value. If you own one, keep it, seal it, and cherish it, because in the right condition, it could bring you as much as $7,500 and potentially even more in the future. This is the beauty of coin collecting, turning small change into big opportunities. And the 1964 No Mintmark Jefferson Nickel is one of the finest examples of how a simple 5-cent piece can transform into a prize beyond imagination.